may know her as Backstreet Boy Howie D's sister, or maybe even as an accomplished voice coach. But now Pollyanna brings you a brand new podcast. What's Up with Pollyanna and Friends talks about music, family, health, cooking, and so much more. So let's get to it. Welcome. What's Up with Pollyanna and Friends.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to What's Up with Pollyanna and Friends podcast, the show where I bring you conversations about music, health, cooking, and so much more. Well, I'm your host, Pollyanna Dorough, and today we are honored to be joined by Desiree Castellano, the president of Talia's Legacy Children's Cancer Foundation, and her daughter, Mattia, who is also the vice president of this foundation. You know, this foundation is dedicated to supporting children battling cancer and their families and raising funds for cancer research and raising awareness and family support. So in today's episode, we'll explore the hearts behind their mission, some highlights from the September events in Orlando, and how each of us can play a role in bringing light and support to kids who need it most. So let's dive in, girl. Before we get into the details of the foundation's work, I'd love for the listeners to hear about your personal journeys. What inspired the creation of this foundation?
Well, my daughter, Talia was diagnosed with childhood cancer at the age of 7. She had neuroblastoma, and she fought for 6.5 years. And the last part of her life, she developed pre-leukemia, which is a secondary cancer because of all the harsh chemotherapy therapies that she had, including radiation. Wow. So she battled 2 types of cancers at the same time for a year. Sadly, she passed away at the age of 13. So Talia is our face to our foundation, and she was the start and our inspiration. She wanted us to help other children and families battling cancer like she did.
Can you also share the core mission and vision of the foundation?
Our mission statement is to help find a cure to childhood cancer and bring joy along the way. Because Talia said, you know, we're here in the hospital, we're going through all the chemotherapy, we're sick all the time.
Yeah.
And we want to find a cure to childhood cancer. But we need joy and fun times while we're doing it. So that's why we started our programs to help bring joy to the children while they're battling cancer.
Oh, wow. That's so powerful and so inspirational. Wow. Well, now that we know a bit about it and how it all began, let's talk about the real world impact. What programs make the biggest difference for families within your foundation?
Oh, I would say that every program that we have impacts in a different way. Mattia can highlight a little bit more, but we have our Glamours program, we have our patient aid, we have clinical support for helping to find a cure to the most promising cancer research trials. We have a parent support group who lost children to cancer, and we have our awareness programs.
Wow. Do you think you can share a story that highlights the foundation's impact?
Well, I would think, with each one of our programs, there's definitely an impact. I would say we
can dive deeper into what our programs do. One of our main programs is called Glamours. This is a program that Talia started when she was alive. She took a group of, I'd say, around 10 girls to a MAC makeup counter at the Millennium Mall. So they opened up before the mall did, just for these girls, and they gave everyone makeovers and makeup to take home. And makeup was Talia's wig. This was her biggest slogan that was all over the internet. Talia had millions of followers on YouTube, and she was an honorary cover girl. So makeup was a big part of her life, and she didn't like wearing wigs, so makeup was her wig. So she felt confident and proud to wear makeup every day, and she just wanted other girls to feel like she did with makeup on. So she started Glamours, and when she passed away, me and my mom continued that as one of our main programs. So we've been over to over 25 children's hospitals in the country, and we just give them a fun day of makeup, girl time. We do their nails, we do their makeup. They get a big makeup bag that they get to keep of new makeup. We've had CoverGirl as our sponsor. We've had Thrive Cosmetics as our sponsor, and we just are keeping Talia's legacy alive with that program. And another big program of ours is Patient Aid. We help families during their children battling cancer with their bills. So we pay for their rent or electric bill, water, just so they don't have so much burden on themselves.
Right. It's
Wow.
a hard journey financially, emotionally. So I think what we do is we take our experience and put it to these programs that we know that's going to impact their lives, as well as we give to clinical trials and research, like I had said before. And our support groups are really helpful for the parents who lost children. We do outings as a group together to help know that they're not alone in this cancer journey. And well, not the cancer journey, but I guess, yes, the cancer journey that we went through, but now we're coming together for, support each other after our children passed away.
Speaking of glamour, I remember watching Talia's videos. She was so good at putting makeup on. I tell you, she was a natural. And the way she applied it and teaching people, and even going to the Ellen DeGeneres show, she was really inspirational for such a young girl. I mean, it was just, I really admire her, and you guys were keeping it up. I'm sorry, what?
No, that's okay. I just was going to say she was self-taught. She said, I can do that. She saw the girls on YouTube. She said, I could do that. I said, okay. So,
well, girlfriend, you used to do it a long time ago when I knew you, when we were like 18 years old, and we were both modeling at the time. You were very, very good at makeup. So I'm sure that Talia learned from her mommy how to do all that stuff, and you still do it on your own as a as an esthetician. Yeah.
Well, Mattia's an esthetician too. It's in the blood. She's amazing at it too.
Right? You ladies, so
I think Talia knew more than me though. She was amazing. I mean, she became a cover girl.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. She did. She was so beautiful, and she still is beautiful in all of our hearts. So I really love her and miss her, and I want to say how truly, sincerely, how sorry I am for her loss. But she did so much in such a little amount of time, right?
Yes.
Can you share a story that highlights the foundation's impact?
Well, we have many.
Just one story.
We were at a hospital. We just finished Glamours, a bedside. The child was not well, didn't want to get out of bed, very depressed. The next day, we saw the mother, the father, and the grandmother in one of the downstairs lobbies. Mm-hmm. And they approached us and they said, we have to thank you. And I said, what? And they said, our daughter was so depressed, didn't want to get out of bed. Mm-hmm. That morning, we woke up and she wasn't in her bed. We found her in the playroom with all her makeup on. She was glammed up and so excited. So we were like, oh, it made us feel good, So we put smiles on these children's faces and joy,
Yeah.
but also their parents or their caretakers. They see the joy that they're getting, and it puts a smile on their face too, makes them happy. So
yeah, and it's hard enough going through cancer as it is.
yeah.
And especially when you're losing all your hair and everything, you know how vain we are. But and then to be able to at least learn about makeup and to try to feel pretty. I mean, that's what you guys are doing, is helping them to feel pretty while they're going through such an ugly time in their life, but they can still feel pretty while doing it, right? Yeah, I have another question. Are there any partnerships that you're particularly proud of?
Yes, many.
Yeah.
We've partnered with Thrive Cosmetics as one of our biggest makeup sponsors. So they've given us eyeshadow, blush, lip gloss for all the children, and we've been able to donate hundreds of makeup bags to children around the country.
Oh,
And, yeah, it's awesome. And CoverGirl was also a big sponsor. Shortly after Talia passed, they donated a bunch of their makeup so we could keep our Glam Wars program running. And we've also partnered with Blue Buffalo, the dog food brand. We used to have a pet walk every year to raise awareness and money for our programs.
so cool.
So it was really fun because Talia loved animals, and she was able to have her dog Bella by her bedside during some of her treatments and during when she was in the hospital passing away. So that was very dear to Talia's heart. So we had pet walks, and Blue Buffalo was one of our biggest sponsors. Also, we partner with Tavistock Development Company in Lake Nona, where we put on our In Loving Memory event every year where you perform this. So that was our, coming up will be our 10th year partnering with Lake Nona Tavistock Development Company, and they are a big blessing to us. They allow families from all over the country to come, and we put on a great dinner and just a lovely remembrance night.
I met so many people during that event as well, and interviewed them. And I tell you, if people were traveling from out of state to come to this event, because they really felt the connection. And not only that, it was just the event itself was just so memorable and loving and caring, and you know what, it meant a lot to these people, not just the event itself, but everything that you guys do. And I think they spoke to me a lot about the support team that you also have, and how you guys have really helped them through this really hard time in their life, whether they're dealing with their child's cancer or losing a child to cancer. And just meeting these people was just so memorable and awesome. And I wish there was more that we could all do for them. I love that story that you were telling. It really brings your mission to life. Of course, creating that kind of impact doesn't always come without obstacles, right?
Yes.
And, with that in mind, what are your biggest challenges that your foundation faces today?
I think today and always, since the beginning, fundraising, donors, sponsors. It's hard. We try and do as much as we can as far as spreading awareness and getting the word out, and trying to contact companies for donations. So I would say that's our biggest obstacle, because without the money, we can't keep going. So definitely. And volunteers.
Yeah, we used to have, a long time ago, we used to have what was called the Dorough Lupus Foundation with our family, and losing our sister to lupus. So I definitely understand the challenges of having a foundation and be able to keep it up and everything. But I'll tell you what, you guys are doing a great job. And on the other side of that, what kind of progress or breakthroughs in childhood cancer care gives you the most hope right now?
Well, right now, the National Cancer Institute gives 4%.
And there's over 100 children's cancer. So that 4% is
divided,
up.
Yeah.
So it's really not that much funding to children's cancer.
And sadly, you know, they always say that, you know, the squeaky wheel gets all the attention. So if you have a child that has a less, I would say, rare cancer, the funding for that specific cancer is less.
I imagine.
So that's why we need help too with donations to help with the most promising clinical trials that we research.
Yeah.
And we put the money in towards that. So and so we desperately need that as well. So that's sad because our children deserve more.
Well, you know, it's still inspiring to see hope shining through, even with those challenges. You know? Yeah.
Yes. I mean, there's been progress for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. We just would like to see, you know, more, of course, you know, for our children.
And
Absolutely. And
what did I say?
Talia's Legacy has donated over $95,000 to children, to clinical trials and research.
But, you know, even with these challenges, there are ways for people to get involved and make a difference, right?
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
I really want you guys to tell them how our listeners can support your mission.
Well, we can go to our website, taliaslegacy.org, and you can donate as much as you can. Every penny counts. You can start your own fundraising. Fundraising. Mm-hmm. You could do a pet walk, a bike run, a bake sale, anything. You could be creative in helping us, you know, help children in cancer, fighting cancer.
Like volunteering, maybe, right?
Yes, absolutely. Volunteering for us, absolutely.
Spreading awareness.
Spreading awareness is a big thing. Even if you can't do any of those other things, follow us on our social media sites.
Perfect.
Tia can tell me more about that because she's the guru of that. And just share what we have on our social media. Yeah. And then Mattia could tell you what's going on now.
Yeah, we have our big fundraiser. We have this is our 5th year doing it. It's called it's a program called 100X Causes, and it is a data company that helps nonprofits. So you basically submit your opinions on brands and companies like Walgreens, T-Mobile, McDonald's, and they give back money to our foundation. So for every opinion you do, you get to raise money for Talia's Legacy. It's completely free way to give back to us. You just have to do 75 opinions by November 24th, and you personally get to raise $120. So if we have, let's say, 1,000 people sign up, we'll reach our goal of $15,000. So,
wow, that's a great way for people to get involved. That is absolutely so doable.
Just a few minutes of your time.
That's right. I think a lot of our listeners will be encouraged to take that step. You know, that's wonderful.
On our website and learn more about that. It's on our website.
Yes, absolutely. Now, looking at the bigger picture of it all, tell us some more details on all of your other events, like than the September one that we had. Besides this one that you just told us, are there even more events that are coming up? Can you tell me about some of the other events? Oh, what about the ones that that were in September? Can you tell me about those also?
Yes.
So September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes.
So we've been turning Orlando gold for over 10 years now. So our first event is the first week of September, and it was at the Tavistock Development Company, Lake Nona Beacon, where you performed at. Thank you for singing. Yeah. And this is the night that all the families come from all over the country to remember their child who passed away from cancer. So it's a great remembrance night. We also do Lake Eola turn gold, and we graciously went to Mayor Buddy Dyer 10 years ago and said, can you please turn the fountain gold September? So every September we put on the event there at Lake Eola. So that's always a really fun event for everyone to come and raise awareness. And then our last event is at the Orlando Eye at Icon Park. The Orlando Eye turns gold for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and everyone from the community comes out and supports and spreads awareness.
And also Shake Shack there at Orlando Eye helps us as well. We all gather on their patio and they give us free fries, and they've been a great sponsor even when we had our pet fair. So it was amazing. Yes.
Wonderful. So as far as what's next for the foundation, you were talking about that big, just answering the questions and making comments. And then you just did this big event in September. So right now I got the email for the one that you were talking about, making comments. Didn't quite understand it, so I'm so glad you explained it more. Yeah. And then you have where you're so busy going to the hospitals and applying all the makeup for the kids and putting in your support groups. I'm just thinking about I'm just trying to recap everything that you guys are so busy with, and raising money and trying to also help people financially. You guys are doing quite a bit.
Yes. And then we're gearing up. Christmas is coming.
Yes.
Yeah. Holidays are here, and every year we give back to the 3 major children's hospitals in Orlando: Nemours, Advent Health, and Arnold Palmer Children's Hospital, where Talia was treated. So we give them makeup bags and Amazon gift cards to all the children battling cancer at those hospitals. Yeah.
And also St. Joseph's.
Oh, and we also give to St. Joseph's in Tampa.
Yeah. And also we do receive a lot of requests for makeup bags, that if children, that are really into makeup, and as the social worker or the child life specialist knows that child really would love a bag, we'll ship them out to them. So so we've been busy, yes. Yeah.
You guys have been busy and so sweet. And everyone needs to remember that the reason behind the whole makeup thing, because that's what Talia really was into. Yeah. It's not that, well, they're just giving out makeup. No, it's just, that's the memory of Talia.
Right.
And she, was so into it. So, this is their way, their own personal way of carrying on the legacy of Talia, in addition to doing so many other things to raise funds and awareness about childhood cancer.
Yes.
We really need to be on top of this disease. Even having cancer, period, is awful. It's just terrible. But, to see your child go through it and not to be able to live a complete life, wow. It's just undescribable, right? It's undescribable. And I am so sorry for your loss, for your daughter and your sister. I mean, I remember Talia. She was so full of life, and she's a good girl, a beautiful person inside and out. And so one last question. Where do you see the foundation and everything that you guys are doing in 5 years from now?
I would say, many things. Definitely grow our database, grow our Facebook page, Talia's Legacy Children's Cancer Foundation. Grow our TikTok, Talia's Legacy, our Instagram, Talia's Legacy.
Talia would have loved TikTok. She was all about TikTok.
She would have definitely. She was like, I'm in.
It wasn't around when she.
Not TikTok.
It wasn't. No.
To grow our database.
Yeah,
social media.
Yeah, we want to start a gala. Yeah. So we'd love help with that, putting it on, volunteers.
You'll need a lot of volunteers for that, right?
Yeah, so it's always our dream to put on a fancy gala to raise awareness and funding. So.
Yes. Also, to turn more city monuments gold. That's a big one, to bring awareness to childhood cancer. A lot of people don't even know what is the ribbon color for childhood cancer. It's gold.
Right.
Gold is the most precious metal, and our children are precious. So turning, as
all
many
over
monuments we
all
could
over
go.
the country.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys have some wonderful goals there, and they're all very noble. It's such a noble cause. I love you guys so much. I want you to know that, and I love everything that you're doing. I want you to know that I'm here for you also, and in case you want me to sing, for an event in the future, of course, I would love to participate and help you guys out again. Maybe one day I can even get my brother to come. That would be great, right?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I don't know who he is. It's Howie D from the Backstreet Boys.
Everybody knows who Howie D is.
But maybe they don't know I'm related to him. Who knows? This has been awesome. And I want, you to realize how much we support your cause. And I hope that this podcast helps bring more awareness, not only to childhood cancer, but to your foundation as well. What you have is such a powerful vision. I want to thank you, Desiree and Mattia, for sharing your stories, your leadership, and this incredible work that your team is doing at Talia's Legacy Foundation. And for our listeners, if you'd like to learn more, if you want to get involved or support the foundation's mission, you can visit taliaslegacy.org and follow them on Facebook and Instagram. And remember, even small actions, whether it's donating, volunteering, or simply spreading awareness, can make a huge, huge difference for children and families facing cancer. Once again, I want to thank you for listening to What's Up with Pollyanna and Friends. Until next time, stay hopeful, smile, and keep making a difference. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a blessed day.
Thanks for watching and listening. Please like, share, and leave a comment below. We welcome suggestions and guest ideas. Stay tuned for next time.